What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We've got the free agency investing guide. I've got all the players we are going to be targeting because this free agency promo is going to be sort of like, in terms of investing wise, team of the year, where we know which players are going to get cards. It's just a matter of when we're buying, and I'm putting this video out today because we don't actually know when the best buy window is going to be. Now, of course, the free agency promo most likely dropping on the 18th of March, so not next Friday, but the following Friday. Now, big thing to note, whenever MUT Rewards drops, that is going to be the best buy window for these players. Of course, that could drop today. That's why I'm putting this video out early in kind of the afternoon, because we get MUT Rewards later today. We could also get MUT Rewards next Friday, and that will be the best day. However, if there's no MUT Rewards this Friday or next Friday, the best time to buy these players will be next weekend. Of course, we always try to buy the closest to the drop at the cheapest price. But the free agency promo, kind of a background, looking back at Madden 21, it's your very basic promo, right? You can see Dak Prescott, JJ Watt, offensive and defensive champion. They actually did get all 32 team cams, and you will notice that the players in the actual program, a lot of them did re-sign to their team. It does not matter if they are, like, it's a before they sign promo is what I'm trying to say. It does not matter if they are most likely to sign back with their team. All they have to do is being pending free agents, and they kind of qualify for this program. So I'm going to be going through probably about, I would say, like 8 to 10 players. Now, there are a ton of free agents, right? There's a lot of big names, right? Like Von Miller, OBJ, but I'm going to be more targeting players in that 89 to like 94 overall range where they can get upgrades, and we're targeting, right? We're targeting champions, we're targeting the hero cards. We don't want the 94 overall free agency players. We want the 96 heroes, 95 heroes, and of course the 97 champion or 98 champion. So hopping right into it, we're gonna go position by position. We've got Leonard Fournette slated to be a free agent. He's a 90 overall team of the week. I can easily see him not really getting a champion, but a hero just makes the most sense. Leonard Fournette, of course, been on the Jaguars and the Buccaneers. His 90 overall team of the week. Again, I'm not going to give you guys prices. Just know the best time to buy these cards is whenever MUT Rewards drops in the next 2 weeks or next weekend. Chris Godwin, another Buccaneer, first 2 players. But Chris Godwin, of course, most likely not going to re-sign with the Buccaneers. Going to go to another team, a route runner archetype, which is always very good. He has his Ghost of Madden present, and I think he has his quarterly, and that's about it. But Chris Godwin, hopefully his free agency card, and I do think there's a good chance Godwin does get a free agency card, is a little better than his Ghost of Madden present. Allen Robinson got a free agency card last year, of course, signed the franchise tag with the Bears. Again, slated to be a free agent, and I think we have 3 wide receivers in this video, and the next one's gonna be a pretty big name. I think only 2 of these guys get cards. If all 3 of these guys get cards, well, we're gonna have like 20 different champions, and I don't really think that's possible. The last guy is, of course, gonna be Davante Adams, easily the biggest name on the free agent market. However, a little bit tricky because he has that 96 overall Ghost of Madden pass, and if we're still on 97 overall champions, I can't see Madden dropping, like going from 96 to 97 for Davante Adams. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I'd rather see him get a card down the line, maybe at 98 overall. However, if there's 98 overall champions, I can easily see Davante Adams being a kind of the face of the program, being the biggest name in free agency. But investment wise, since his Ghost of Madden past or Ghost of Madden present is very expensive, he actually really isn't the best investment because, well, to power Davante Adams up, it is going to be very, very expensive, and not a lot of people are going to be able to afford it. Moving on now, Andrew Norwell, left guard, one of my favorite investments because he's kind of a team of the year nominee that has still not gotten a card. The Jaguars just got their LTD in Josh Allen. I think Andrew Norwell is one of my most confident free agency cards. Maybe not, of course, not champion, but hero. I think it's like a 90+% chance to him for him to get a card, is what I'm trying to say. Trent Armstead, this one a little bit tricky because his Redux just seems to always be going for way too many coins, way too much. So hopefully his Redux gets more down to like that 90, 100, or even like anything really under 120. Trent Armstead most likely going to get a free agency card. There's only not a lot of big name linemen. Trent Brown's another name, but he of course just got a team of the year. Chandler Jones at outside linebackers, and for defensive line and like defensive tackle, outside linebacker, there are a ton of names, but I'm just kind of going with the guys that we're most likely to get like a hero or a champion. Chandler Jones being one of those. Of course, he has a flashback and team of the week. Anthony Barr, a little bit of an underrated name being a free agent, but he has that Redux card, and you know how we love Redux cards when it comes to investments. If Anthony Barr were to get an upgrade, well, his Redux, but he is like one of the more unlikely guys. You can kind of tell who the players are that are like, I would say, locks to get cards, and the other guys are kind of just like long shots, I'd say, to get upgrades. But Anthony Barr, Chandler Jones, we have 2 cornerbacks on, well, they were on the same team, but Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson. I would say J.C. Jackson the more likely. He is a probably more. I will say Gilmore I think is still really in his prime, but JC Jackson, just because he has not gotten a card since December, while Stephon Gilmore got a card in January. So I would choose JC Jackson if I had to choose one of the two to invest in. But of course, the stocking stuffer, and then I think that is the playoff, or is that Super Bowl? I don't really know, Stephon Gilmore, but both 94 overall cards. Of course, Stephon Gilmore just got that out of position quarterback. Joe Hayden, this one a little bit more of an underrated, but you can see him getting a hero or maybe a 93, 94 overall card, veteran, 88 overall. Very, very cheap to pick up. Joe Hayden, slated to be a free agent. Always thought he was going to get like I feel like he could have gotten an upgrade in a lot of these programs over the past few weeks. He just hasn't really gotten a card. And then the last guy in this one, I think they're going to be the defensive champion. And in my opinion, it's going to be Jesse Bates. He's probably going to re-sign with the Bengals, but Jesse Bates has had a great year. Of course, the Bengals, not a great year, but the Bengals have had a great year. Jesse Bates did not get that Super Bowl card, didn't really get a Gridiron Guardian 2 card. Jesse Bates, core elite, most feared. I think a very good chance. If you guys want to know like my top 3 free agency, like investment wise, like what players, it's probably going to be Jesse Bates, Andrew Norwell, and I'd probably say Chris Godwin. Maybe we can throw JC Jackson into that list, but that's really all the names, like the main names. Of course, there are more smaller players, but again, we're not targeting like the 90-94 overall free agency cards. We want the heroes, we want the champions, and of course, there are a lot of other free agents that already have very high rated cards like Von Miller, OBJ, players like that. But again, buy window, target price, not really. We don't really know right now. Whenever my rewards drop, my rewards does drop in a couple hours from now after I upload this video. Well, that's gonna be the best time to buy these players, and that's why I'm really uploading this video early on today, just to give you guys a kind of just, you know, the names. We're just waiting for my rewards, and that's when we're gonna buy. But that is gonna be all for this video. One of 2 videos today. I'm gonna have the backyard baller odds video coming out a little bit later. But if you have any questions, comment. Of course, if I miss any huge names that like have 90 or like 87 to 92 overall cards that I'm just missing, I don't know why. Went on like it was just a website to give me all the free agency tracker, went position by position. But that's all for this video. Comment if you have any questions, like, enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, peace.